Hello, finally. Yeah, you can say something if you want. Okay. So, sorry for waiting. Now we fixed everything, seems to. So let's see how to make your remote control secure. My name is Luka Mulej. I'm coming from ISL Online company. We are based in Slovenia, in Ljubljana, which is the capital. Yeah, let's start. Okay. Two facts first. Remote control solution today is a standard. So if some years ago this was still, let's say, used by only the biggest companies, today this is a standard. So almost every company with computers, they have at least one remote control solution. Even though it's a free solution, they have it. But today we can even not imagine anymore to go physically to that computers and maintain them and install, I don't know, Windows OS on one computer, finish, go to another one and so on, because everything can be done with control remote solution. On the other side, remote control solution does not have the best reputation. Why is that? Because there are many hackers who are abusing this solution. And I remember my colleague, he's now about 70 plus now, he told me some years ago that he got a call from Microsoft in English that they found a virus on his computer. So they tried to invite him to join the session with some freemium solution. And he said, no, I don't trust you. But this is the way how they were trying to get some money from people who are not very comfortable with IT or computers and so on. So the challenge is how to make a remote control secure. This is our biggest challenge, and I will just show you shortly how it looks when you use ISL Online. So first, this is on the right side. It's a picture how the connection between one computer and another one, how it works. And let's start with code signing. So all apps that we have on the operator side or on the client side, they are signed with the code. And Windows operating systems or Linux or apps or Mac, they don't warn you that the application is not signed. So you are not getting any notifications. Applications are strange, not signed. So this is the first thing that we have. Then it says self-hosted trial. Apart from cloud-based, we also have a self-hosted solution, which can be tested on your own infrastructure. And for the trial version, we do not sign the applications. This is for the security reasons, because our system allows anyone to create a trial account, test it, and then see if it works for him or not. But with trial account is just when they install everything on their server and try to establish sessions through their server, we don't have so much control because it's on their infrastructure. So then before they want to have a code sign, they come to us, they verify the organization, and then we can turn on the code signing. So they don't get any notifications from Windows or Apple or anyone that the applications are not signed. Next things, user authentication. Always, when you want to create a session with ISL Online, you have to log in with your credentials. So this is always. I have seen remote desktop solutions which you just open and run, and you can provide remote session just like this. I mean, on one side, this is okay because it's super fast. But on the other side, if we are looking about watching from the security perspective, it's maybe not so secure. So it's always you have to log in with ISL Online when you provide the remote session. It is possible to integrate with external authentications like Active Directory or Radios, or if you use something else, it's also possible, because I can imagine if you're a big company or a big corporate organization, you don't want to have millions of usernames and passwords, so you can do this from one single point. That's why we support this. Next, password complexity. If you just want to use test 1, 2, 3, 4 for your password, this will just not work. So we require at least 8 letters, capital, small, number, special characters. So this is one thing which we require. And we have a brute force protection. So in case let's say hackers try to log in with some stolen usernames and passwords, this is not possible because we have this protection, and they will be stopped sooner or later. Our system will notify us, and then we will start the incident. Next thing is two-factor authentication. I think today this is a standard, so without this we cannot go. These are 4 different methods that are available with login. So authentication application on smartphone, SMS, email, or USB YubiKey. And where it says backup recommended, we always try to suggest our users to have at least, let's say, authentication application and email, for example. So in case you forget smartphone, you at least get email if you have access, and then you can log in. Next thing is the session code, which is generated always between the operator and the client side. The session code is generated on the server on the top in between. So when the operator wants to start the session, the order goes to the server, creates the session code, the operator sees the session, and this session code is shared with the client. And then the client with the ISL Lite client application just checks on the server, enter the session code, and the remote session is established. This is a unique code from the server, and it's not able to reuse it. So even the session is finished and the operator would like to use the same session code again, it's just not possible because of security reasons. Also, when the session is finished, nothing stays on the remote computer, just the ISL Lite client file, which is run file, it's not a file to install, and nothing else. Function transparency. Always, when you use ISL Online and connecting to the remote computer, the client will know that someone is connected to his computer. We don't have a silent mode or spy mode, or I don't know how is it called, but we want to make it very clear because our software is for supporting, not for spying. So on ISL Lite client application, the client has to download it, and of course he agrees to enter the session code in that application. Then the second option is join page operator details. If he doesn't want to download the ISL Lite client application at the beginning, he just has to go to join page, which could be nicely rebranded to, let's say, your company, and he will enter the session code there. After entering the session code, he will see the operator who would like to connect to his computer. Then we have a small agent called ISL Always On, installed, or let's say pre-installed on the client's computer. And even in that case, clients will just get the support without confirming anything. I mean, it is possible to get the incoming notification, so the client has to confirm it. But on the other side, if this feature is not turned on, he will, the operator will be able to connect to his computer, and he will at least see a small notification that someone is connected to his computer. All 4 options that we just go through have a customer protection feature, which is like X, close the application, and the session is gone. So no one will be connected to your computer anymore. Even though if the operator starts the black screen with you because he's entering some passwords or some special information that the client is not able, I mean, should not be able to see, operator can start the black screen, but whenever a client decides, okay, this is enough, he just has to press escape button, and in a few seconds he will already see his screen and the operator what he's doing on his computer. Next one is strong SSL connection. So we have end-to-end encryption between application and server, and we just simply use industry standard methods, which are mentioned here in this orange frame in the middle. For details about this, I suggest you just come to our stand later and speak about this, or ask if you want. So yeah, this is about SSL. Now let's take a look of some other security features. Port filtering, we use these standard 3 ports, which are usually open. So whenever you use ISL Online, most of the time you will not need to open anything on firewalls. If you have some port closed, for example, 80 port is closed, we can prepare a small customization of ISL Lite application with boosting ports 334 and 7615 to connect to your client faster. If you have closed all 3 ports, we can set the port which you have opened. And if you run ISL Online in your internal network without internet connection, so only for the computers inside, you have special dedicated port for that, and we'll just change it for you, and you will be able to use and connect to all computers inside your business environment. Then we have blacklisting and whitelisting. I think this is a standard. We can do IP address or MAC address. And then we can prevent, let's say, put some whitelisting for login, for session creation, to join sessions, or just to websites. So everything is possible here. Now, one important thing is access management. So that means if we have, let's say, a team of maybe 20 supporters, and the administrator adds the many remote computers on the list of remote computers where the support team is usually connecting. These computers can be shared with other users inside our support team. Better from just sharing computers is to set groups and sort remote computers in these groups, and then just share groups with particular users. So then on this picture, where it says this LoRa connect only here, we can set different roles for our colleagues from the help desk team. So we can give them option just connect only, so they will be able to see all remote computers in particular group and connect in this, on these computers. We can give them option to become computer manager, so that means that they will be able to reshare this computer with other people in the group, or to become group admins, and they will be then just doing whatever they want to do with this group with computers who are inside. Then next feature is features restriction. So that means that if we have, for example, a special case, let's say we have a client from Denmark. It's a support company supporting one bank in Denmark, and they wanted to have an application which was limited with control. So by default, they can easily connect to this bank, but they don't have the control. In case they need the control to provide, then they need to ask the bank, and on the bank side, the person behind the computer has to allow it, and then they can do the control. The client sides, we can also limit them. We have another bank who had a requirement that they can share files outside the bank, but not inside, due to their security policy. So they can share them, PDF files, whatever they want to share them to help, but inside clients are not able to share anything. If there is additional company who just wanted to have some security notification at the beginning. So there are many different things that we can do with small customizations and these feature restrictions. One more important thing, logs and audit trail. So all sessions which are established, they are visible on the reports history. So you can see in a particular time frame how many sessions were established, when they were established, and all this information in this yellow box. For example, date, session code, session name, user who was providing the session, which operating system was using, and then the client side, the MAC address, the IP, and so on. So many different things. Sometimes we figure out that from this session history, when they ask us, hey, it's working slow, and then we ask them to provide the reports, and we saw that they are using very, very old operating systems. So then we suggest them how to move on, how to speed up, and so on. So you can actually also export this session history and edit it in CSV file. So it's just everything is clear when and what was done. Automatic session recording, this is almost by default turned on for all our clients which are banks. So they just want to record everything for the security reasons. This can be recorded on the technician side, I mean the operator side, or on the server side. So if you have self-hosted ISL Online running inside your business environment, all these videos will be stored on that server. And we use ISR file format. It's not like AVI or MP4 or something. And then we provide our own video player. This is because this ISR is very compressed. And with own video player, you can simply play it. You can cut the beginning and the end and export as AVI file. So you can basically export just what you need. We are GDPR compliant. So if some user wants to delete his data, yes, this is possible. You just select which is the user. You want to delete everything, chop, everything is deleted. Then when we have, let's say, big clients, we always, almost always, we have external security audits. So agencies are checking our solution, they're giving us feedback, reports, and then based on this, we improve our security. The last one, ISO certification. This is the certification. The certificate is actually owned by the company, and this certification is about information security management. So we know exactly what to do and how to proceed in some case of security incident, where to check, what to do, who to inform, and so on. So complete procedure. And even though if our client would request for some reasons, if they would request some details about particular session, we can provide them that on demand as well. And this is my favorite security feature. It's product white labeling. I believe that if we rebrand the solution with the look and feel of some company, it looks first much more professional, and second, we can say this is the only official tool that we are going to use. So the clients will not get unofficial tools, invitations to join the session, but they will be only joining the official tool. So this could become a corporate policy. Now what we can see here is Konica Minolta. So they are actually decided before they used many different solutions, but then they just decide that they will have an official tool, which also you can see it says Konica Minolta remote support. It does not have anything with ISL Online, so everything is rebranded, even about text. and they run it on their own servers. So it's independent from our cloud, is just set up for them. We help them maintaining this, and all local Konica Minoltas in Europe, they have option to use it to provide support to their local clients. This is the redesigned join page, so if they get the session code, they can simply add it here and join the session, and they're connected. One more thing is closed business environment. So I said before that we have this self-hosted option. That means that this can be running in your business environment even though you don't have internet connection, and its computers are simply can be connected between each other. So you're using your own server. That means that you have total data control. And apart from one server, you can actually add additional one for high availability. So even though one server is down, you still have another one which are connected together, and then you have actually private cloud. And running without internet connection, you can do it just inside any network you have. Few information about ISL Online. We actually started already in 1999 with the initial research. Then official launch was in 2003, which is, for example, 2 years before TeamViewer. But you probably think, okay, why, if you started so early, why you are not so popular than TeamViewer? This is because of different business model. We always had just trial and then paid licenses, but TeamViewer had it for free and everyone was just use it for free, so it's very spread around. But basically, since we can rebrand ISL Online completely, you might have been using ISL Online already, but you don't know because it's rebranded in another solution. Then in Japan, we are #1 remote support solution. So we do about, I would say, 70% of our sales we do in Japan. These 2 awards are named by the Capterra, which was acquired by Gartner, and G2 Crowd. There are some online review websites where users leave reviews, and then we just have a comparison with other competitors. It's available in 30 plus languages, including Latvian. And if you have a special demand, we can add additional language because it's own translating system, and we just add languages. And the software is developed in Europe, as I said at the beginning, in Slovenia, where is our headquarters. These are some of our clients. I would say maybe the biggest. There are a few more, but we are not allowed to show them. So yeah, that's it. I will warmly invite you to come to our stand. Hopefully I was not too fast, but since you had to wait for 10 minutes at the beginning, I tried to be a bit faster. So maybe now if you have any questions, you can ask me now, or you come to our stand. It's up to you. Thank you.
Questions?